You're watching 3 Questions with Kat. Overcome your obstacles and find success.
Hey everyone, I'm
What's
here
up?
with Devon.
Hey guys.
You guys recognize him. He's sporting the new merch.
You know, got to.
So we're here for another episode of 3 Questions with Kat.
Awesome.
So he has no idea what we're going to ask him, but we're going to go for it anyway.
Okay.
So people want to know, what stops people from succeeding? What stops people from having success in life?
See that? Okay, that's a deep question.
It is a deep question.
Because there's a lot of factors,
But you're
right?
a deep thinker.
Yeah, I am, and I want to answer this as best as possible. So, I mean, obviously there's a lot of uncontrollable factors, like, you know, how you were raised and certain circumstances of family and income and all those barriers of success. But at the end of the day, especially if you're here in a first world country, there's so many opportunities. So I think the biggest barrier is just mentality and figuring out what you want to do based off of your heart and not based off what other people are telling you to do. You
That's
know what I mean?
so good.
That's my answer, and I know it's a lot easier said than done, but at the end of the day, it's just a decision you have to make on your own.
So you feel like people will have a lot more success in life if they're basically following their heart, not just doing what other people expect them to do or want them to do.
Absolutely, and still have a plan, right? So if you want to be an artist and you're just like, screw it, I'm gonna move out and just do all this, like, you know, that happens all the time. But have a plan, maybe save up first. You know what I mean? Like, be critical in your thinking. But
What? Who is intruding on our interview?
can I help you, bro? Buddy? Okay, he's gone.
Pesky kid.
So yeah, that's my answer.
What? And the second question is, how do you overcome obstacles? You mentioned obstacles of maybe not having opportunities, growing up poor, not having the right support system, whatever. If you have obstacles, how do you overcome those? Let's say you have these goals, but you do have those things.
Right.
How do you get over that?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Overcoming obstacles. I mean, I think one thing you have to start with is really focusing on yourself, right? So obviously, you know, you might want other people in your life that you're putting a lot of energy and focus on, but if you don't love yourself first, you know what I mean? Like if you're not able to be by yourself and alone at the end of the day, then you're never gonna go anywhere, right? Because once you are able to really like become one with yourself, which is a thing that we're all working on now, it becomes easier to start making connections, meeting people, right? Working in your way through a room, right? So being sure of yourself and working through your own state is a big way to overcome obstacles that the world throws at you, because you've already overcome your own mind.
You know, no one has said that yet in all these interviews, and that's a really good answer, because yes, self-worth, self-love, that's all part of it, but being at peace with yourself, like there's people who go to networking parties, but they're so afraid to go by themselves, and they stay in their little clusters, so they don't reach out and meet the people because they're so busy, like,
they're in their own
I gotta
head,
be
right?
by my friend.
If you can just let go of that, then you can go far.
That's good. Okay, the final question is...
Oh gosh, you heard in my head.
3 questions with Kat.
Okay.
That's only 2.
Okay. All right.
The final question is, what do you wish you would have known 5 years ago? You've learned a lot in that amount of time, but like, what's like the big thing that you learned and got over that got you to this place of mentality and success that you are? First year of college, you're like making moves.
No, I appreciate that. 5 years ago, man, well, 5 years ago I was 13. I'm 18 now.
There was a big learning curve. So there's like 600 things you learned in that 5 years.
Yeah, I learned a lot in the last 5 years.
But it could be in the last year or two, whatever.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can just narrow it down just off the top of my head to like more so like the career and the path I want to go down, rather than just as a whole, because there's just so many. But as in terms of like where I want to be,
what do you wish you would have known earlier?
I wish I would have known that I'm worth more. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yes. And it's hard to explain if you haven't experienced it, but even like as an actor, right? So I got into it probably when I was maybe 14, 15. I've been doing, the arts all my life though.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of free work and just going on sets, and that's cool to get an experience. And I think
Paying your
I think
dues.
it's something paying your dues, right? But like I was conforming to certain things that I wasn't necessarily comfortable with. And now like I'm at a stage where I'm like, if I don't want to do that, I'm just like not gonna do it. So like
knowing
you
your
know what I mean?
worth.
And I get it's hard, especially if you guys are like under 18, whatever. Like your parents tell you to do something, like like they're your parents, like, so that's not what I'm saying.
They're looking out for you.
It's more about like conforming to what you're told to do,
like
by,
expectations, jobs, teachers.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they want you to like do something on set, and you're like, I'm not comfortable doing this stunt without a pad or a crash pad, or I'm not comfortable wearing whatever it is. Just being able to, okay.
Well, that's my cue, I guess.
Yeah, that's our cue. We have to go back in, but before we do, Devon, tell people how they can find you.
Whoa. You can find me on social media platforms. Search up my name, Devon Weetly, spelled with an O.
Spell the whole thing for people.
Okay, so Devon, and then last name Weetly, Wheatley. You'll find me if you search hard enough, I guess.
Will.
I post a little bit.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
We'll
absolutely.
see you for another episode of 3 Questions with Kat. Bye.
Bye.
Get the tips you need to reach your dreams.